Hey everyone, this is Scott the Trout Hammer here. Just wanted to show you guys a quick video on how to clean trout if you're going to cook them. I have 5 trout that I caught out of a local pond here recently. The only things you're going to need a sink, you're going to need a fillet knife. I've got a 9-inch Kershaw fillet knife. The thing is laser sharp. A small cutting board and something to hold the fish in once they're clean, just a plate or something. Alright, so what you want to do is when you take your fish, first cut you want to make, you want to cut through the gills, under the chin, all the way through. Then you're going to want to shave this back fin off on the bottom. Then you start the point of your knife, you go into the anus of the fish, and just carefully slice your way through the abdomen of the fish. Try not to puncture too deep, because if you puncture the stomach, it'll release the bacteria inside the stomach and it will contaminate your meat inside the fish, as we have there. Open the cavity all the way, and then in one motion you can take all of the guts and the gills of the fish out at the same time. Okay? Then in the sink, you're going to want to drain this blood vein that's underneath the spine. You're not going to want to eat that, so just take your thumb and sort of push it out. This also gives you an opportunity to rinse out the abdominal cavity of the fish while you're cleaning it. All right, you want to take all of that out. Trust me, you don't want to eat that stuff, and it looks weird once it's cooked. There's going to be some that's going to be inside the spine. That's pretty unavoidable. There you go. Now you have a clean abdominal cavity of the fish. Then the next 2 cuts you want to make are going to cut these pectoral fins off. And there's a bone that is just behind the gills. That's the hard part. So when you cut, you're going to hear a pop like that. You just cut the fin away. Okay, and from here, you have 2 choices. You can either leave the skin on the fish. I know some people like to eat the skin, in which case all you'd have to do is descale the fish using either a tool or a spoon. That's what I use. Go against the grain of the scales to take all the scales off, and then cut this dorsal fin and these rear pectoral fins off, and when you remove the head, you have your whole fish. Or you could do it like I like it. I don't usually eat the skin. Is you take the head, you pop it back to break the spine. Then you sort of work your thumb down the skin of the fish to save as much meat as you can, especially that belly meat. That's the best part of a trout. That's like the bacon of a trout. This is a fatty fish. This one's not coming off too clean. Yeah, this is all fat right here. This meat's just wanting to pop off. Alright, and then when you get to this pectoral fin, this rear fin again, you want to just sort of take your thumb and cut the meat off around that. And that gives you a chance to continue skinning the fish while saving the meat. When you get to here, just grab the fish as hard as you can on the body and pull back toward the tail of the fish. This is the easy part, because this meat really does just stay on its own. Then you take your knife, cut the rear fin off. Then you just pull that dorsal fin out. Give it another rinse because you're going to have some scales still on the fish. And there you go. One whole fish ready for the frying pan or the freezer. I'll do a video someday on how I cook fish in the pan. Makes it really delicious. And then with the skin and the intestines of the fish, this stuff makes great fertilizer. You know, this is something that you could put in a garden bed or a flower bed, and it's free fertilizer. I'm all about not wasting anything on the fish. So, there you go. Tips up, tight lines, have fun fishing.